And hello, everybody, and welcome back to your Nebula season two, Nebula series season two, week one, division three matchup. A little bit of a tongue twister. Tonight we have Leviathans versus Morgan State University. I am going to be your analyst caster tonight, Caustic, and joining me we have Mod Hobbs.
Good evening. Welcome to week one of Division Three Nebula Series Season Two. Yes, I'm Mod Hobbs. Hello. None of you know who I am yet, but you will be. I will. I will be here all season with you as well.
Yeah, and I mean, this is going to be a very fun matchup. Leviathans have been a part of Nebula since its inception, if I'm not mistaken. And Morgan State University, if I'm not mistaken, has been a part of Nebula as well. A little bit of a returning versus returning matchup, if I'm correct on that. But it's going to be fun to see. It is week one, so kind of curious to see what teams are going to work with and especially kind of what they're going to have planned for the next or following weeks when some of these new heroes are going to be allowed into maps as well. Because as of now, up until week three of Nebula, if I'm not mistaken, the new 5 heroes that were released are not going to be eligible. But to
A little bit different from our sister league, but week three will be the introduction of the Jetpack Cat, who I'm absolutely thrilled to be seeing in league action.
yeah, I mean, Jetpack Cat has been kind of it's been a little bit of a detriment. It's been a bit difficult to deal with for some people. I mean, scrimming, as a matter of fact, I can kind of speak on the scrim experience. Some people just really struggle against the Jetpack Cat. Some players thrive against it. So I'm really curious to see how teams will adapt to having them as an option in the future. But to
It
start
looks
off,
It feels like we're gonna be seeing a hit scan meta as a result of it. It
ooh,
just feels like that's gonna be coming to light over the next few weeks.
yeah, that is very, very fair of an analysis. And I mean, to start off right now, just in the meantime, let's take a look at some of these teams' lineups coming into this map here. We're gonna start off with Leviathans running
So
Hako
we
and Gyro Dog on the DPS, Chill Demo on the tank, ECF and Blossom on the support. And I'll let you get Morgan State University's lineup, Mod Hobbs. Take it away.
Morgan State University, we have Medalis on DPS with Torrid working on that flex. Flame will be our tank tonight. And on support, we have Tay taking up the Kiriko and XL. Looks like they will be on the main support tonight.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously, we said it 1,000 times before. The heroes that people pick, not necessarily representative of what they're going to be playing. But I mean, you look at these kind of hero selections, and a lot of them seem pretty similar to what you might see in an actual match. I mean, especially on the side of Leviathans, where you have that Trace or Hanzo. But on the side of Morgan State University, kind of similar to what you could see as well. I mean, we've seen a little bit of Lifeweaver in the past, so I wouldn't be fully
I'm
surprised to see it at some point.
Especially at sort of these mid-level tiers, Lifeweaver does tend to get used. And we already have we have bets coming in already here on who will win map one. We're just taking a look at the predictions right now. Most of the votes are for Leviathans, 92%. So you can get them big, big big payout if you pick
Panel points, yeah.
MSU and they come back and like, especially right now, you know what? I'm let me just go throw some
You're
in there,
throwing
and
some in yourself, huh?
I'm gonna throw in some channel points myself, and I'll be voting for Morgan State University just for the sole purpose of getting that payout of 1 to 12.
Yeah. Jeez, that is definitely a payout, but I mean, to not put any disrespect on Morgan State University's name, it makes sense that a lot of people are going to vote for Leviathans. Leviathans have made it to the playoffs both times that they've been in Nebula in the past seasons. So they kind of have a track record of having a pretty decent regular series run. But That doesn't necessarily mean it's a guarantee. So Morgan State University definitely have the opportunity to claw their way and maybe take Leviathans down on a week 1 situation and kind of change the sight lines.
This is week 1 is the opportunity for teams to bring out some surprises because we
Mhm.
don't know how people have been playing so far in their scrims, and if you wanna get that opportunity to win a surprise victory, even if you're just only taking a map or 2 off of what looks like is a stronger team, this is the time to do it.
Yeah, this is definitely the time to do it. We'll take a look at the map options now. We do have the preliminary map choice, but we are currently just kind of filling in some time. There is one player who is running a little bit late, so we're gonna continue talking a bit, give them a bit of an opportunity to show up. Um, but preliminary map options, we saw earlier on in the week some Samoa played for this first map. Um, Yesterday we did have a Lijiang Tower get played. Yet to see Nepal get played, but on these hybrids, there's definitely some options. We saw some Eichenwald, so this is going to be kind of a fun map pool to look at. And we should be starting tonight on Lijiang Tower.
We are. Lijiang Tower was the choice of the home team tonight, which I believe
Leviathans.
is Leviathans is our home team this evening to start the season
Correct.
off.
How do you feel about Lijiang Tower as a map? I know it gets a lot of praise. Kind of what's your standpoint on the map in your opinion, you know?
As a main support, Lijiang Tower is absolutely one of my favorite maps. I also off roll on hit scan, so it is from a Lucio point of view. Lijiang Tower is an incredible map. I don't get to play it a lot in any of the other roles, um, especially uh, especially control center. You get those the fight over coast. Um, it's because that feels like it is the win condition for a lot of teams is to control that high ground and coast.
Yeah, I mean, very fair analysis. That kind of does feel like a win condition for a lot of teams. The coast is such a powerful position. A lot of teams will want to play that to the best of their advantage to really, capitalize on the high ground and the angles that it will give them. But definitely Lijiang Tower I feel like is one of the more selected out of the control maps that we have, at least in past experience. Samoa, we didn't see a lot of last season when it was in the map pool. If I'm not mistaken, it was in the map pool last season as well. Um, but we saw a fair bit of maps similar to Lijiang Tower in previous, and I mean the fact that we don't have King's Row as an option kind of speaks volumes to that because we had seen a lot of King's Row in the past as well. So
Yeah, you do see a lot of Kings Row in that hybrid. But this season it looks like it's Eichenwald, Blizzard World, and what was the third option this year?
for hybrid,
Yeah,
Eichenwald, Numbani, and Blizzard World.
Numbani. Well, I don't see
Yes.
Numbani getting a lot of play this season, so uh, that might be one of those maps that really draw people out of their comfort zone, especially if you do get teams that are scrimming them.
Yeah, that
Uh,
honestly could be a big factor for a lot of teams is just taking those maps like Numbani and being an option in their back pocket as a okay, we're kind of not on the right footing. Let's throw them for a bit of a loop. Let's take them to a map that they probably haven't practiced a lot of that we have experience on.
yeah, exactly. There are I think Numbani gets more hate than is truly deserved. Um, a lot of people complain about that second point, uh, and I understand why there only being one legitimate high ground on the entire thing, and that being sort of if you control it, you win the point fairly easily. So I do get the annoyance from second point, but I think first and third point are two of the most well constructed, especially since the rework of it. I think they're the two of the most well constructed points in especially in hybrid.
Yeah, I can definitely agree with you there. It is kind of that like, what's the right word? It's that give and take type scenario. You get one point that maybe you're not the most fond of, but the other two are kind of pretty, you know, pretty a okay. So,
It feels a lot like in every hybrid map, hybrid seems to be the map that gets the most slack, map type that gets the most slack. But it's because it appears that in every single one of them, there is a one of the points is or paths are particularly hated or difficult to get through. I know Eichenwald, there seems to be a lot of difficulty to for the bridge, and especially because you do have the high ground from the castle on one side. There's a lot of boop ability. There's a lot of ability to make missteps, miss opportunities, and then uh, you get the same sorts of things on King's Row, where there's the just two small little holes on third point that you make a misstep, or you get yourself caught out of position. You find yourself booped in there, and you have a lot of trouble. So you always have those, and that happens on every single map, though, right?
mhm.
You always will have those situations where there are a certain point that everybody just kind of hates. I can't think of a single map where there isn't one that has 3 points that all give you a completely different, um, a that all give you very different opportunities, very different um, staging, and that everybody seems to like, except for maybe Blizzard World, but that might just be me.
And King's Row if you throw it in there. I don't know if
Yeah,
it's
but again,
necessarily because of that, but I think it's just mainly because people love King's Row.
that might be true. Kings Row is one of the more nostalgic.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
also a
it's one
big
of the more
factor.
nostalgic ones, because it was an early, one of the first maps released. Um,
Mhm.
but even then, I think that even though Eichenwald wasn't one of the first maps released, you still get that sort of same feeling out of that one as well.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you there. We do have the hero bans preliminary for the time being. We are trying to figure out if this map will be played or not. But in the meantime, well, this first map
Oh,
at a minimum. Um, but
it looks like we will actually, now that we have some things in. Everything appears to, we are getting a sub in. Um,
yeah, a ringer.
we are getting a ringer in
Yeah,
for Morgan State University. I believe we do have a first round forfeit, however.
yeah.
That
That
is
is the
going
that is the part that we're trying to at least figure out the specifics towards. But with that being said, at least map choice does still factor into pre or future maps in this case for the series. So first map will be Lijiang Tower. Uh, Unsure if we
yeah,
will
no.
be seeing it played or not, but
I believe we are gonna be seeing it played. I think those are the rules, that is the precedent that was set earlier. Um, is that the current map and the bans will stand, but it will be uh, a one map handicap that goes in favor of Leviathans. So Leviathans is currently leading, um, 1-0, but we do have now a ringer in for Morgan State University who's going to be able to step up here and yeah,
yeah,
and
if I'm not
get us
mistaken,
ready to go.
yeah, if I'm not mistaken, the bans do still apply from the map that would be played. So
They do still apply. We have seen those bans as well. I have
Not
to scroll
necessarily
back
announced yet, but I can share them. We
they
are going to have a venture ban from Leviathans and a
and
Kiri ban
from yeah, and a
from
carry
MSU.
ban from Morgan State University.
Correct. So, with those heroes being now kind of off of the table, what is your opinion? What's your opinion? What's your thoughts? Everything like that.
Well, uh, at this point, you see, especially on Lijiang Tower, the lack of venture is going to open up a. I think it's going to open up a little bit more play um, for your hit scans. Uh, now, Vendetta, of course, is always an option to deal with that with those off angle uh, hit scans like your Sojourn and Ash um, that are going to be making it that make things a little bit claustrophobic, but without the venture, that is gonna help a lot.
Yeah. So, if I'm not mistaken, this will mean that um, Leviathans will start with a map early. However, they will start on Lijiang as well. So
That appears to be the case.
they will still play control, but technically it's the first map, but not the first map. It's that kind of that case. So I will adjust on the graphic side of things, and Leviathans will start with a 1 point lead. And I will just, for the meantime, click update, and that should, if I have it proper, there we go.
There we go. Adding an extra map just in case,
Yep.
apparently.
Well, I believe if I'm not mistaken, oh yeah, technically it would be an extra match or an extra map. So
Yeah.
yeah, I can get that
I mean,
fixed.
that's always possible. We have a draw along the way, and we do end up playing 5 maps tonight.
Yeah, that is also a possibility. So we will be
All
going
right.
underway shortly. However, onto Lijiang Tower.
And here we are.
Set
Beautiful
both
view of
teams
the
to
temple
neutral.
as we look out. Over beautiful futuristic China.
And we're gonna see some early picks, early hero picks. Leviathan's running a composition fairly similar to what they had selected in terms of their heroes at the start, at least for players like ECF and Chill Demo. You are going to see
It does
the Sim TP from both teams, however.
well, which is it's standard and recommended. XL Goat still has not picked a support. Oh, and there we go. We do get the Moira out there as well. So, from Leviathans, we are seeing Hako on the Symmetra. They are both TPing out on point really quick. Turrets go out. Shield Demos gets the first pick on Medallic with a punch. Gyro Dog finding Crack Flame, and that might be a very, very, very quick map win here. Or, sorry, very quick point capture from Leviathans off 2 early picks, forcing Morgan State University to pull back.
Yeah, I mean, very good first opening fight. Both teams trying to use the Sim TP. You did see Leviathans got a little bit early on terms of the Sim TP, a little bit earlier than MSU, so they got to the point a little bit faster, and that kind of helped them stabilize and get set up in this fight to win the point. Now it's going to be interesting to see how they can hold the space for this.
Yeah, Sojourn is already trying. Sojourn is taking an angle. Cassidy coming in now. Medalist trying to see if they can get a pick here early on May, but the May wall comes up. It does not come into a position that's going to be particularly helpful. Oh no, we got Chill Demos falling particularly low, and they do end up falling. This is going to be a really good opportunity for MSU to be able to make an opportunity here. Crack Flame finding their Lucio. Medalist is falling dangerously low, but it seems to turn out. And now just stalling for percentage. Gyro Dog gets the wall up, see if they can get themselves out. They pop themselves over the wall, and they do end up getting the escape, so it will not be a full team and not be a full reset. Really incredible play there by Gyro Dog to get out.
Yeah, really good play. Gyro Dog realizing they were in a difficult situation, as we're going to see the team just completely filling up, going straight to the point, and great right click from Gyro Dog.
Incredible right click. Rinfinity is able to pick off Blossom, but that TP up onto the high ground, you don't usually see that TP this late into the game, but they did, and it was able to be another flip here for Leviathans. Absolutely incredible job. Just getting that TP up over the top, and Medalist taking the L to get that fast reset.
Yeah, I love seeing that TP get used in a situation where a team's never expecting it. You never expect to see it this late into a map, but I kind of like the play. You know they're going to be trying to get that space as Chill Demo takes one down already.
That is going to
space, so just teleporting in is a very good play.
This is going to be really, really tough now for MSU to be able to make a move. They are taking the angle here with Rinfinity, still falling particularly low. XL and Rocket Man coming back on Lucio now just to get back into the play as fast as they can. Here comes the wall up from the Symmetra. Punch is coming in for Gyro. Now we're going to get the Coalescence in from XL, putting pressure in, trying to get anything done. OC, everybody's pressing Q. Crack Flame falling low, falls down. Blossom is able to get 3 with the Coalescence. Oh my God, what an incredible play. Hako finding the punch of Rocket Man to finish it out. And they are able to get the team kill, and Leviathan is going to get the first point, capped 100% to 16.
Really good play. We'll probably be seeing that that Blossom in the play of the game. Really good coalescence from Moira, yeah. Kind of mixed up my words a little bit there. We'll probably see the Coalescence from Blossom in the play of the game. Really good Coalescence there. Waiting just for that last fight, and if you're on the side of MSU, you kind of at least have one map underway to kind of be able, or one point of this map to be able to say, okay, we know what momentum this team wants to play at. We know they kind of want to play fast. How are we going to prepare to deal with that? What do we feel is going to be our best option? As we're going to see a Zarya swap, which might actually help out a little bit with their survivability, and a Vendetta.
As predicted, especially on this very, very claustrophobic map, Vendetta has the opportunity to make a lot of things happen here. Vendetta already getting some throwing out there. They try to overhead, trying to pick somebody off. Vendetta gets the bubble and dives in. Getting a few slices off now. Trying to see what they can get done. They're falling pretty low. Medalist goes down from a punch to the skull. And Blossom picking off Rocket Man. Rinfinity. But Rinfinity picking up Blossom. And now MSU seems to be in a position to try to get this cap. Not enough pressure from Leviathans. The punch is coming in now on Zarya, who's really very low. Rinfinity finds the rail to the skull on Hako. And now Blossom falls. Chill Demo is going to fall as well. And putting enough pressure in there with the rails and the slices, Gyro Dog goes down, and that is going to be another hold here from Morgan State University.
Whenever switches Morgan State, Gyro Dog. We had that thing before, trust me. Yeah, Morgan State University, the switch that they have made have definitely helped them out. But, right as I say that, the cast occurs.
Gyro Dog does get the freeze on the Medalist and kills them off. Chill Devil finding Rocket Man as well. Leviathan pushing in now, trying to get Crack Flame, who falls low. Crack Flame does fall. Sojourn trying to get a few picks and then just trying to make their way out here, but they're going to get the double flank from the... and the peel coming in and the speed. Rocket Man getting Rinfinity out for the reset. No, the wall! What a great wall from the May! And now with you get the Blizzard in just to finish off and force a full reset now.
Yeah,
trying to put those right clicks in.
That Blizzard wasn't necessarily just to confirm a kill. I feel like it was a little bit more of like a, hey, we have space now. Let's just make sure they can't get it for a little bit. Let's force them into a full reset. And you still you're playing this ult game where maybe one ult less isn't necessarily as big of a concern. especially
Here comes the
considering how easily your
coalescence.
team will be able to play.
That Cole coming in now from Blossom, trying to put pressure down. Doesn't get anything else but the reverse one. And now everybody's pressing Q again. That wall is able to ping us off two, and Infinity and Medalist fall. That is the entire DPS line, and there goes XL. This is forcing another full reset. That is a team kill for Leviathan. And now it's 61% and climbing for Leviathans. We're not quite in last fight territory, but we're starting to get itchy towards it.
And I notice a key ult that wasn't used in that fight, and that's chill demos. And there's a reason behind it. They know that this grab is in hand. They know that the grab is an option. They're wanting to play up close and force out that grab. That way they can use
There goes
the
the
Ramatra ult to maybe try and keep themselves alive, or they're just
Oh,
gonna
but he
bait it
does
out.
it. He does it. They use it to bait it out. He's going to hold on to it for last fight. They try fought. Multiple ults coming in for Morgan State University just to try to get this flip back. And they will get it, but not before that they get to 99%.
Oh, just
And now,
barely to 99.
and now they are in last fight territory.
Chill Demo and Gyrodog have a really good ult combo coming up. They've got this this May Freeze. If they hit that properly, then Chill Demo can follow up with this Annihilation, and that will be so much damage. It'll basically guarantee them a fight win. But they can take down a player
Chill Demo
right away.
finding a medalist. That is going to be quick. Oh, they're going to have to find a really pick early. MSU is going to have to find something they can do, but here comes that Anai and the Blizzard at the same time, just as you predicted. Both of them drop. Chill Demo was able to find two. Hako finds the kill on Crack Flame. XL, the GOAT, falls, and now we are ticking away from overtime, and MSU is not going to be able to get back in time to make the guy. I was wrong. Medalist able to find something, but no, not enough to do anything with it. The high noon from Hako to try to hold. Gets Rocket Man, which extends OT just briefly. Crack Flame doesn't get the touch. And first map here on Lijiang Tower goes to Leviathans. Technically, that is the second win from Leviathans. They take a 2-0 lead over Morgan State University.
Really well played, and we get to see the Coalescence finally from Blossom. Gets 3 right off of the start, and then just able to kind of focus on keeping the team alive. Does a fair bit of damage onto the Rocket Man Elin, and then gets the final blow on the Sojourn that was nearby. So Leviathans will take a 2-0 lead early on. And now both the Venture and the Kiriko are no longer hero ban options for the respective teams coming into this next map. MSU will have the map pick and first hero ban.
Now this is one of those problems that you run into when you have that first map forfeit. If you lose the first map you play, you are already in a 2-0 deficit in a best of 5.
You
MSU
are
is going to have
match point.
we are match point after one map. MSU is really going to have to now then those forfeits can be very, very costly for teams. I played in a game quite recently that had a team forfeit, and they ended up losing the series only because of that forfeited game. It would have gone to a game 5 where, and now MSU looking at a situation where they might not even get a game 3.
That's true. They might not get to a map 3 technically. But if you're on the side of MSU, you saw some things work out at least temporarily. Looking at the map pool, what would you bring Leviathans to?
This is one of those situations where I think that you kind of want to put them on Numani. We were talking about this earlier. If this is something that Morgan State University has scrimmed, that might give them the chance to pull out that unusual map pick. Now, it would favor a dive comp, and I'm not entirely sure that that is something that MSU has been working on. Um, but no matter which one of these maps that you pick, they all have that long, winding second point, which means that this is going to favor the team that can build Um, honestly, it's going to come down to alt economy. A lot of games do come down to alt economy.
Mm-hmm.
Um, oh, we are actually going to be going to push. I
Esperanza. You are
my
able to
my
go to different
mistake.
game modes. Yes.
Yeah, you are able
That
to go. I was just thinking in on that hybrid.
yeah.
Um,
That's a little bit
but
different from what's run in Mythos. You are able to go to different game modes. It's not
and
necessarily following a specific pattern.
and this is so Esperanza is where we're going to be going on our potentially uh it could be this could be match map.
Mm-hmm. We do have at least one ban waiting on the ban from the side of the Leviathans, but MSU will preliminarily. That's not a proper word, but you know what I'm trying to say. They will be choosing to ban the Winston.
Now,
Interesting.
is that going to be so to protect a specific tank? Are they protecting a wrecking ball, for example, or a doomfist, or is this something that they truly believe that Leviathans has up their sleeve that they think that they can pull out?
If I had to take a guess, I feel like this is a protect ban specifically so that they can enable themselves to play the Zarya. We saw a little bit of it. I feel like MSU still wants to play this Zarya and maybe wants to add it in with a Vendetta. So I can see them saying, okay, well, if we can't get the Vendetta, we can get a Venture. Let's at least protect the Czar, because the Czar is part of that composition, which is a composition we've seen a fair bit.
And they look like, yeah, Leviathans looks like they're just going to try to avoid either of those bands, and now we are going to get a roster change in as well here for Leviathans. We do have the ban. It is a DPS ban from Leviathans. It is going to be Echo banned,
Mhm.
which forcing a flyer out of the sky will be very helpful. And Iced Sugar is going to be coming in uh,
Replace Gyro Dog.
for to replace Gyro Dog. And now I have to wonder, are we going to be seeing that Vendetta now?
I wouldn't be surprised. I feel like push can be so momentum oriented that you could see something like a Vendetta who can definitely thrive off of momentum. So I would not be shocked to see a team whip out that Vendetta. I would be more curious to see what a team might try to do if that Vendetta does get played, in what they try to do to try and counter it is the main thing that I'm curious about.
Here we are. Welcome now to Esperanza. As we get a good look at what I used to think was a clock tower, but it's actually just a regular tower, just hanging out right in the middle of the
Hmm.
right in the middle of the map. I always thought there was a clock on this tower, but it turns out there isn't a clock on any tower in this game.
Now, I will say we have been caster cursed before, so I love to wait until the timer actually goes all the way down to see what players are actually going to choose. Because Hako was showing that Torbjorn, and I was a little bit confused for a couple seconds, but they are going to go back to the Soj, so we're going to see double Soj, we're going to see a Vendetta, we're going to see a Zarya, you're going to see ECF on this Lucio, Blossom on the Kiri, you're going to see a Cass, a Ram, a Lifeweaver, and an Ana, and we're already kind of getting into first fight territory here.
Yeah, so the speed from ECF brought Leviathans down. We're already getting a bubble dive in from my Sugar on the Vendetta. Hako finds Crack Flame with the Disruptor. And Hako finding another shot with the Railgun. And we are already getting the robot push for Vendetta. For Leviathans.
Yeah, this Leviathans is like this Vendetta from Leviathans is going to be very strong. It is such a momentum based hero. It's going to be interesting to see how MCU can capitalize or kind of adapt around it, because you saw it in that first fight. The Vendetta in a small enclosed area is a scary thing, and when it's empowered by a Czar, it's even scarier.
And they are, oh no! Rinfinity is able to find the rail on Ice Sugar, and that was their win condition for these fights. Now Crack Flame dropping the circle and bringing forward the fists to try to put pressure now on that Zarya. Jill is falling low. Jill, oh, but Demo does find Rinfinity. The Sojourn goes down. That is enough. That is so much damage that is going to disappear. More form now. Oh, Hako finding XL. And now getting back in time. Ice Sugar was the first to go down, but they get back in time to find the kill on Crack Flame and win this team fight and first point.
Yeah, they're going to get it to the halfway point. Rinfinity is going to go over to this Pharah now. Honestly, kind of makes sense. You've got Hako on this Soj, but for a lot of Soj players, it seems like they're not necessarily that equipped to deal with the flying character unless they have a right-click bound. So they're kind of just playing this to see how far or how fast is Hako going to be able to build these right-clicks to be able to deal with these heroes. But Rinfinity at the same time can also use some of their abilities to try and scout out this Vendetta, who has just been a menace.
Here's the thing about that Vendetta. Vendetta is the ability to get up there. Here comes the OC. Tree comes in. Rush comes in as well. Hako finding Rinfinity and XL. What a big OC. 2 picks right off the bat. Big swords coming in. Ice Sugar is gonna find Crack Flame. Chill Devil finds Medalist, and that is not quite a team kill, but it might have been, but it almost was.
And really, you use Overclock and Kitsune Rush. Those are not the worst ults to kind of have to combo. Look at the combo you've got coming up, though. Vendetta and the Grav. That is probably a new band name if you want to consider that as an option, Vendetta and the Grav. But that's a scary one if you combo it right and get a lot of players in that.
Now, Medalist does have High Noon, which can make this a little bit more difficult, and Rinfinity over top of them, just trying to drop as much. Here comes the Grav in. Here comes the big sword now. Hako falls. Ice Sugar gets XL, though. Medalist coming in with High Noon. Not going to find anything, but it's completely zoning everybody out, and they're going to be able to make movement on it. My cat is biting my ankle. He does not like it when I yell.
No worries. Ice Sugar will get antied, but Chill Demo will be able to take down the Ana in the meantime.
Oh, here comes the NI.
You're just going to see Ram going into the form with the Rampage, trying to do the best they can, but they have 2 pests to deal with. You've got both the Zarya and the Vendetta on your feet, but you have to stay and contest.
Here comes Nano in, and Rinfinity does have Barrage, and she finds 2! Blossom and Ice Sugar both take a big L, and the MSU is able to find every single player on Leviathans and turn this around. They're going to be able to push this down a little bit.
That is such a moment where your ults come in clutch. Just being able to keep yourselves alive in these fights and being able to at least give this a little bit more time, give this an opportunity to push back and maybe full cap and bring this to another map depending on how it goes. But you have to play this properly if you're going to play against Leviathan's composition that they're currently running. And finding those early picks will be a big factor.
And speaking of early picks, Hako finding dangerously low, found by Rinfinity. They're trying to put in now. Ram form comes in from Crack Flame, trying to do anything that they can, pushing enough pressure on it, trying to get Ice Sugar, trying to drop the sword on it. Chill Demo falling dangerously low, but it's able to get healed up over time. Oh, Sugar getting themselves with a little bit of an HP trade. Zarya falling so low and finally gets punched in the face to lose their entire health bar. And MSU, who looked like they were at the brink, they were centimeters away from losing, and now they're pushing.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Pharah is very strong now with some of these perks. If they have the proper perks, they can shoot up to 4 rockets at a single time currently. And that is busted to try and play. It is literally a one-shot to most squishies.
Here comes the jump in from Ice Flame. Tree drops down on point. Tried to get one of them. Ice Sugar kills the tree. Medalist is falling dangerously low now, but rockets coming in. Akko trying to drop. Gets 3 with the OC. Blossom finding Crack Flame, and now the robot is starting to make its way back towards the spawn doors.
Hako, stop! They're already dead!
They're done!
Jeez! Hako putting on a clinic with that OC, almost finds an Elim onto the Pharah at the end as well. Jeez. But now, I mean, that is ults committed into that next fight, so you won't have as many ults on hand. So MSU will probably have this ult advantage coming into this next fight.
There are 2-3 ults coming online from Leviathans now. This might be a dry fight situation. A boop on where Infinity finds the L. A good yank from XL saves Metalist's life for now, but just falling dangerously low, and the big sideways slice finds both Metalist and XL. Rocket Man falls. Ice Sugar just absolutely putting on a clinic here. Jeez. Getting another killing off Crack Flame. And now we're Infinity trying to put pressure, just get a couple of these rockets.
They've got this strong combo once more. They've got this grab. They've got the...
They're going to have to fight because they're at the end of it. They have to touch.
It's a C9.
The barrage comes in, but no! Oh, they don't get the touch in time. Leviathans only had a few centimeters to go. And they got back and pushed the robot that extra couple of centimeters. And they get the win on map 3 and the game.
It is tough to lose a map on a C9. I've been there, a couple teams have been there. It is a pain when it happens, but still, regardless, very well played from MSU when their backs were against the wall. That's when they kind of clutched up. And
they absolutely,
yeah.
They made this interesting in the last minutes. Unfortunately, just not able to get themselves into a position to contest the robot at the point, and that ended up costing them that map. And I just want to put out a huge thank you for everybody's patience, especially from Leviathans, just making sure that we got everybody out there and able to make this map and this game happen tonight. We did face a few issues, including a ringer and a unfortunate situation, meaning that we needed Rocket Man to step in as well here to fill out that extra support position. MSU did put up an incredible fight here on Esperanza, and I think that they've got a strong team being able to move forward. But that is a map win and series win here from Leviathans over Morgan State University. And let's talk about MVPs.
That is the MVP. The big question now becomes the MVP choice. I've got one for Leviathans. I'm gonna personally put my foot out there for Hako.
I'm going to 100% agree with you. Well. I think Hako is absolutely the MVP of the series. Ice Sugar had an incredible game on Esperanza, but Hako was absolutely fantastic in that in the entire map, both maps, Bleachong Tower and Esperanza, especially the that 3K they got off of the overclock. As a Sojourn player, those are always the most satisfying ultimates. And so for Leviathans, absolutely Hako wins the MVP from that.
Yeah, and I mean, the fun part of MVPs, we can do an interview.
Absolutely. Just before we do get to that,
yeah.
Morgan State University. I want to give an honorable mention here to Infinity. That flip to the Pharah on Esperanza was absolutely clutch. It was the right play, and they performed it absolutely exceptionally. They did a very, very good job, especially with the barrage that saved the map for them at that time. So Infinity is my MVP for Morgan State University.
Yeah, very well said. I feel like the Pharah pick was very strong, despite the fact that it didn't result in a win. I definitely agree with what you're saying there, 100%. But that being said, we should be able to drag in Hako for an interview. So let's bring them in, shall we? I will drag them in. And hello, Hako.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
First of all,
So,
congratulations on your win here today over Morgan State University. Um,
Thank you, thank you.
so
so what yeah, what on that uh on that the last push from Esperanza, what was it that you were seeing that would gave you that opportunity um when that OC came out?
The Ana was playing really far up, and I just saw the Ferret just not have any movement abilities. So, and they were both sitting right in front of me, so I just had the opportunity to pop OC and nuke them both.
yeah, that OC was very strong. Would you say that part of your gameplay tonight was one of the parts that you were the most proud of? Like recognizing that
Yes, but
situation?
also thinking about something I'm proud of is the communication from me and my team.
What about that communication? What is it about that really um that helped you win today?
Definitely Demo's game plan and just the when to know when to stable and when to engage on an opponent.
If you
Was there
could
anything
redo,
specific?
oh
Oh, sorry,
yeah,
go ahead.
no, no, no.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
Okay, if you could redo one specific moment from the match, what would it be and why?
Probably just any probably doing like the Li Zhong fight and doing the night market push when we TP'd for the Blizzard, the second TP Blizzard.
Ooh, okay.
That was something that was we saw out of you that you don't see out of a lot of teams is you get that early TP and then after the Symmetra falls, you don't generally see Symmetra come back out again. You usually see them come out on the Cassidy or the Sojourn. Um, whose idea was that to continue playing with the Symmetra there and um and how do I shake can I shake their hand?
I think it was demos to continue playing. It was either demo or ECF idea to continue playing Symmetra and only swap to Cass or Soj if they have a Fire Echo Flyer. Because we kind of just had a strategy of just bunkering down the point with May and then walling off the tank.
Fair enough. Do you have any other questions you want to ask Mod Hubs?
No, that's all.
Uh, so with
Anything
this
from you?
win, you start your season off here at 1-0. We know that you that Leviathans has had success in the past. Uh,
Yep.
is there what specifically are you looking forward to this season, and where are you looking to improve?
Playoffs and just being an actual role player for the team. Actually, no, win the season. I know, I know we can do it.
I love it.
My teammates are great, and like couldn't wish for a better team right now.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much, Hako. Congratulations again. You are tonight's MVP of the match. You had an absolutely incredible game. Congratulations and good luck moving forward the rest of the season.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, and we will move you back to your team VC so you can join back with your teammates and kind of,
Celebrate.
celebrate a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Have a great night, Hako.
Wish we had another map though.
Yeah. Fair
Yeah,
enough.
yeah.
But
Could have stood enemy team.
yeah. Have a great night, Hako. With
That
that is
again,
going to do it. That was
yeah,
Hako.
that was Hako, tonight's MVP of the match. So that'll do it for this. This is a 3-0 win from Leviathans over Morgan State University. Tomorrow night, we will be streaming Profits versus Cerebus, and from Division 2, which is going to be our highest division yet that has been streamed this season. And I'm looking forward to that match. So thank you everybody so much. I've been Mod Hobbs here today with Caustic doing double duty
Yep.
as doing production and analyst tonight. Uh 3-0 from Leviathan, and we're looking